it going, everyone? And welcome back to another week of Bleeding Blue with GSU here on Atlanta Sports Unlimited. I'm Christian Crittenden, here with you like I am every week, bringing you the best and latest coverage there is of Georgia State athletics. All right, Panther fans, the first half of the season is over with. You can kind of forget about it. It wasn't pretty, right? 2-4 finish. That's after they beat UL Monroe last week, 55-21 on the road. So not a pretty first half, but it was a good close to the first half, right? After getting that win, Darren Granger led the way. He was 18-25 for 230 yards, 4 touchdowns. And hopefully he's the guy that the Panthers decide to roll with just for consistency purpose. I mean, if they feel like he's the guy over Quad Brown, fine, just let him go and let him get better and let him improve, because like I mentioned last week, you can't keep going back and forth. So coaches change their minds and things change from one to the next. But hopefully Granger is the guy to go with if he's the guy they feel gives them the best chance to win. All right. And I would also say last week, the run game, they got back to it. It's what they do best. They have over 300 yards on the ground. I think it was 326 to be exact. Granger led the way with 84 yards. But as far as running backs go, Tucker Gregg and Jam Williams seem to kind of cement themselves as the 1-2 punch. Griggs, kind of starting back, but Williams comes in. He's a good change of pace because Gregg's more like the hammer, and Williams comes up more with speed. Obviously, you have Destin Coates in the backfield as well. Kind of got in the doghouse early in the season with a lot of fumbles, so he hasn't really worked his way out, but still effective back and a guy that you can definitely go to. We need him. And we can't forget about Ja'Kias Cradle, who has quietly become the team's number one receiver. Last game, he had 7 catches for 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, he's been probably the most reliable receiver all year, with McCoy and Pinckney missing time. But no, back now, he's still doing his thing out there. So with his emergence, and obviously Jamari Thrash has been playing pretty well this season, you still have Pinckney, you still have McCoy. So this receiver room is deep, which is why you want Granger again to keep getting better at passing the football. But only helps the run game, only helps the team. You got to score points, and teams think you're going to run the ball, they're going to load the box. And you also just want to have explosive plays. I mean, having good receivers like that, they had a lot of explosive plays last week. You look at the best teams in the country, they can pop out with explosive plays at any time. And these receivers, they're all big play threats. So just want to keep hammering that and smoothing it out. Now on to the defense. They've been pretty solid, all right? They haven't been like great or stellar or elite or anything, but they've been good. They've done their job, done what they've been asked to do. I mean, outside of the first 2 weeks, which again, they're not great, you know what I'm saying? You got to grow from those, but they have, and they've actually been okay. I know the App State game is going to stick out, but there's only so much they can do. They did their job in the first half, holding them to under 20 points. And in the second half, they were always on the field. It seemed like the Panthers were going 3 out on offense. They had a turnover. They just couldn't sustain any drives. And your defense is going to get tired. So there's only so much you can do. So, hats off to their defense for improving after, what was a really tough first 2 weeks of the season. So shout out to them and that unit. Now the Panthers are on a bye week this week. So no game for us to break down. But it's important to kind of heal up, because when you're in your season, you're never really fully healthy. There's always nicks and bruises, bumps and bruises that guys get. So this is a good time to fix those and be ready for the second half of the season, because the second half of the season is no joke, all right? They got Texas State to start up. That's a homecoming. After that, they got to go to Statesboro, the ain't a rivalry. And Southern's been playing a lot better since they fired the coach and made a coaching change. And it's a rivalry, so you never know what can happen. After that, you got to travel to Louisiana, and then you have to travel to Coastal Carolina, which is going to be tough. So tough 3-game stretch. You in the season with Troy and Ark State either, which is no joke. So the second half of the season is going to be really tough, unforgiving, and if you're Coach Elliott, you got to get the guys ready to go on will seem like a gauntlet. We can call it a gauntlet. It's going to be a really tough stretch of games. So get used to this next 2 weeks to not only get ready for Texas State, but get ready for the second half of the season. Heal up and get Darren Granger ready to go, because if they're going to win anything, they're going to make a bowl game this year. He's going to have to step his game up. He's going to be ready to go.